Hi, everybody. Okay, so a little bit, I think like right afternoon, I happened to be on YouTube just looking around, and I told you I watched the old episodes of Bold and Beautiful on Be Bold and Beautiful or whatever, and it had a little, message. Happy birthday to Kimberlin Brown. Uh, Give her your well wishes in a post, right? So I said, okay, happy birthday, and I'll do a video on you later. Well, here's a video that I'm going to do for her for her birthday. I'm going to talk about Sheila Carter, of course, because that is her most infamous character, right? Okay, now I'm going to talk about it like this. In the acting world, there are two kinds of people, like two kinds of characters. There is either the really good one or the bad girl or boy or whatever. And also, they might fall into the category of the character you love to hate. Well, Sheila Carter would fit into the character you love to hate because sometimes she'd do some stuff where you're like, whoa, she did what and why? And I can say after 4 years of study, um, I think her motivation is she wants to be loved. She wants to be cared about from a lot of people, family and a person, just one person to love her for everything that she is and kind of forgive her for what she's not, or you know what I mean? Okay, because, and the reason I say that is because she had a child, Finn, but she was forced to give him up for adoption. So then Lee took him over and adopted him since whatever age. And I would say, due to a combination of Sheila's bad deeds and the fact that Steffi, his wife, does not like her, is the reason why Finn does not have a relationship with Sheila at this point. Now, this goes back to the last appearance Kimberlin Brown made on Bold and Beautiful when I cheered and lost it because I told you guys that I felt like Sheila was coming back and I thought it was going to be sometime soon. And then when she was on my screen, I lost it. I did a happy dance. I screamed like a girl, but in a good way. And I was like, oh, what? And then, okay, so remember, Taylor kind of stole her man. Although a person is a person and they're going to make their own decisions. And I really think that for Sheila's character to have longevity, she had to kind of lose Deacon because if she had and they still had the marriage, she would have be a completely different person, and that's cool. But the one thing about characters is if you're a bad person, like a bad boy, a bad girl, okay, you can be reformed for a bit, but then if it goes too long, it's a little boring because you're like, where's the from that character? Okay, so she had to lose Deacon to get back herself, I think. Although I still think that Deacon shouldn't have did what he did with anybody. But okay, I'm gonna give Sean Kanan some grace here. Um, but okay, so then that comes into why uh, Sheila has a bargaining chip because she can tell Taylor, well, if you want to take my husband, then the least you could do is put in a good word with my family so I can try to build relationships back. And like I said, that is the bargaining chip that she's holding above her head for Sheila to sign the papers. She's saying, okay, if you want me to sign the papers, you're going to have to help me out with my stuff. So it's kind of genius here. Okay. But then also the thing about being loved by a man, and I think that the reason why, now this is going to get a bit into my psyche, but okay. The reason why I didn't like Deacon for a minute when he did what he did with Taylor on Sheila was because Sheila is the wounded person and the kind of person that you think would never find somebody in the first place. Okay, so the fact that she found somebody that loved her for her and took her for her and then still cheated on her, I was like, what? Why? Huh? Excuse me? And then further, I said, you know, you're cheating on Sheila Carter, right? And Sheila Carter has a past of, not so good deeds. And you want to cheat on her. Not that okay, I guess I should have made this disclaimer, but it should be obvious too. Okay, I do not condone cheating of any sort on anybody. If you're in a loving relationship, don't cheat on your person. And if you feel like you're gonna cheat, get out of said relationship before you cheat. Okay, but given the dynamic of the storyline, I would say, why of it would you cheat on Sheila Carter? Dude. Okay, so all that to say, Kimberlin Brown is hands down, the best villainess on TV ever. And I mean ever, okay? Because I have talked about it ad nauseum, but I don't care because this is a love letter for Kimberlin Brown's birthday, okay? But that woman can switch from perfectly happy to the look in about 2 to 5 seconds flat. And you believe it and you go, oh crap, and you want to run the other way. So congratulations to Kimberlin Brown. You are the best villainess on TV ever. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great day.